question here. I just took on a new position as marketing manager for my company. How do I make the decision on doing my marketing in-house or outsourcing to a consultant or agency? That's from Jessica Lee.
Well, that's a pretty without more information, it's kind of hard to
Yeah, I don't know if Jessica's on this right now, but I don't know if there's an industry or. Okay, so I just became marketing manager of my company. How do I make the decision on hiring in-house versus outsource for marketing, digital marketing?
I'm gonna go with a broad answer, and this is what Caleb, you and I learned back in the MBA days, right? Like remember, in terms of building a business strategy, is like deciding what's in-house versus outsource, and it was kind of like, okay, well, if this is a function that you deem as a core competence for your business, keep it in-house. If this is a function that is not core competence for your business, well, maybe there's somebody outside who's going to do it cheaper, better than you. So like in my case, let's say if I'm a lawyer, right? If I'm a lawyer, I'm going to go and I got to renovate my house. Of course, I can go and I do my painting. I go to Home Depot and source all the stuff and do it myself. I can probably do an okay job, but instead of doing that, why don't I, charge my legal clients $200-300 an hour and pay somebody $30 an hour who can do a better job than I can, kind of thing, right? Mm-hmm. So that's, to me, that's kind of the concept of it. So it depends on the industry, and obviously for ourselves as a marketing agency, of course we would in-house as a digital marketing agency, we would in-house as many digital marketing functions as possible. If you were another company that has marketing being your core competence, so let's say you are a online platform where and both could be falling into that situation as well. It depends on the size of the company. But if you are selling most of your service online and through digital marketing, and you are past a certain size that it makes sense, then you probably want a good number of functions of digital marketing within an in-house capability. But whereas like if you were, let's say, a restaurant chain, you're a hotel chain, you are a B2B business, like an engineering firm, like we talked about, marketing is probably not the core competence that you really want to focus on building all the in-house functions. You probably still want some marketing key, a CMO, a VP of marketing or whatnot, kind of managing the strategy and make sure it's well integrated with the business. But a lot of the technical components of it probably make sense for other external vendor to do is my thought there. But here's a challenge, right? The challenge is that if the size of your business is large enough that it enables you to be able to bring in-house a marketing team with cross-functional capability enough to a degree that you can run that marketing program, then that's great. But a lot of times, say you only have the marketing budget to hire 2 full-time resources. It's hard for you to get 2 people who can master in running ads, email automation, content creation, social media, analytics, SEO, web development. It's very hard to be able to do that, right? Because there's no one there's no one who is like a jack of all trades and master of all, right? So that's when what I've seen for the most part, even for like national companies. I mean, they're not public companies, but they're like large companies. I'll call them mid-sized firms. A lot of them still leverage a lot of agencies like ourselves, or kind of expert freelancers in some cases, in areas where it doesn't make sense for them to build internal capability, like analytics implementation, for example, right? Like just you're not gonna it's gonna cost you way more to train somebody internally to be able to do that, or hire somebody full-time who has that ability, than to get somebody external who are able to service many clients and make that their trade. That's my best answer.
I've been asked this in the past too, and one thing in addition to what you said, I've offered is that whether you're going in-house or outsourcing those functions, it's important that you have what Connor mentioned, right? You have those objectives and key results, like sort of the dashboard or the scoreboard, that it doesn't matter if the team playing is in-house or outsourced. Like if you have an in-house team and you want to build that out internally, that's great. Make sure that that everything you're doing is being reported and recorded on that central scoreboard, so that it justifies your decision, makes you feel better about your decision. Because I think, I'm not sure, but for Jessica who asked the question, maybe there's a little bit of anxiety around that decision, and I think you can release that anxiety if you're rolling all of the efforts up to measurable metrics per section of the customer value journey, right? So that's what I would add in addition to that.